My name is Dana Moersfelder, and I've been coming to Prairie Lakes for 6 years. So my husband, we're a blended family. So I have been married previous, and we have two. I have two from previous marriage, and we have one together. So my daughter Bridgette is 24. I have a son Holden who is in high school. He's 16, and then I have an 8-year-old who's in first grade. His name's Aiden.
Well, my name is Bridgette, and Dana is my mom. My mom was pretty much my best friend my whole life. We were extremely close, and I guess that's because she had me at a young age, so we were kind of, I don't know, it just seemed like she always took my side on everything, and I always felt like I could talk to her about anything.
When we decided to move 6 years ago, my oldest daughter, Bridgette, who's 24 now, was just graduating from high school. Over the course of the next couple of years while she was with us in Iowa here, she was thriving. She was going to school. She had a job. She seemed very connected to the family. Over time, she met someone. And what happened is she began to make some financial decisions that I think he was sort of influencing that. So that's really when we found out about some of those decisions is when things got really messy, because when we confronted her, she shut us down.
She actually came to me and told me that she didn't think that my relationship was good for me. And of course, when I'm in the relationship, I was blind. I didn't really see why. I couldn't understand why. And we had a really big fight one day about kind of everything that had been going on already, and she ended up kicking me out of the house, and at that point I felt abandoned.
Well, then that drove her further back to him.
I just kind of felt like I didn't have anywhere to go, and so me and my mom, we just stopped talking. We stopped all communication, and I had to make a choice if I needed to stay in Iowa or move back to Georgia, because if something were to happen to my relationship, I wouldn't have anywhere to go.
The last time I saw her at that point, she decided that she was going to pack up her little car and she was going to drive back to Georgia.
When I moved back to Georgia, he moved with me, and we ended up splitting up over some things that he did. Just everything changed, and that's when I just said, God, take control, because I just can't do it anymore, by myself.
A period of time went by. I tried to contact her several times, and nothing.
We were talking through email, and it was all accusing each other of, blaming each other for things, and accusing each other of, the one being at fault.
And I said, okay, God, what I've been doing is not working. I'm desperate, I'm angry, I'm frustrated. I'm driving her further away. It was time for me to give her back to the one who gave her to me. So I took a chance, because I had messaged her before, and nothing. And so I decided, okay, instead of condemning her, I'm going to remind her who she is in Christ. And so I texted her and I said, Bridgette, you are loved. You are chosen. You are valued. You are a child of the Most High King. You are forgiven. You are free. And you're just so loved. And I got a text back from her. And I couldn't even believe it. My hand was shaking. I couldn't believe that she had texted me back. And that began the turn, because she needed to know who she was. She's not the bad decisions that she made. She doesn't have to live in that spot. She doesn't have to live in that place where she was. She's forgiven. Just after that, Thanksgiving was coming, and I texted her and I said, hey, do you want to Skype or FaceTime? And she said yes. And that was the first time I had seen her face in over a year. And so those have been some moments that God has really just given us some space and some time to really start that process of healing and forgiveness and trust and building back up trust again.
We kind of started mending things together, and I was extremely hesitant because I was worried about, all that happened before, and but I was also happy, and I felt relieved because after I gave up that control and God had control again, I felt like my life started changing for the better, and I was happy again. And my mom was coming to visit me in Georgia.
She met someone shortly after the fallout from her other relationship, and so they're moving to Iowa. So on Friday I am flying down to Georgia, and we are going to pack up a U-Haul and drive 16 hours back this way.
She's just a light in my life,
She seems to be really just giddy about getting to be my daughter again, and I miss that, and so I'm happy to get that back.